This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Be Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at bepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
I'm Danielle Newfer, an educator for over 20 years who went up against 2 bouts of serious teacher burnout before finally realizing that I needed to share what worked and what didn't with educators everywhere. This is when Teaching Well was born. At Teaching Well, I partner with schools who recognize that when schools prioritize well-being, true teaching and learning can happen. And there's nothing more integral to building this kind of school culture than finding ways to care for yourself in the midst of all the school day hustle and bustle. Building in these moments is what this show is all about and what I hope to bring to you each time I get the opportunity to speak with you here. So with that, let's begin. We work with children, and they are the source of so much for our hearts. For this summer, I want you to take the time to reflect back to your own childhood hopes and dreams. Back to your childhood creations. How did you create as a child? What was the art you created before you thought you weren't able to create art? That's what I hope that you come back to for just a little bit during this summer break. The A for our water acronym that we talked about in previous episodes is art. And remember, water is what fills our cups. Water is what keeps us teaching well. So water, we have the W is wander, A is art, T is treat, E is explore, and R is rest. And today, I want you to be thinking about art. I purposefully put this in as art because I wanted to challenge you a bit. We are so hard on ourselves. We claim we aren't artists or can't draw or paint. Well, art can be that and a whole lot more. Art is loosely defined as a creative activity. We are artists in the kitchen, in our yard, in our decorating, in our curating of books, in our writing, in our organizing. You are the artist of your own life. So do the art that you feel called to do. When I was a child, I took to writing. I never thought that it was very creative. I always expressed myself in the written word. How I wish someone would have encouraged me to write more, to read my writing. But instead, I filled journals upon journals of written words, and no one has ever read them, not even me. I've never gone back and read much of anything from these hours of creating. Maybe one day, but just not yet. This is my art. It's not for anyone. It's art for art's sake. And I became a better teacher and a better human because I spent the time creating for the simple practice of creating. My art has expanded in the past few years. Now I dabble in a little drawing or painting on many mornings, and then I finish with a loosely written haiku. Some are cute, some are not. But they are all expanding my creative mind. And I'm proving to myself day after day that I do have a creative spark alive and well within me. And it's available to me in bursts at any time. Not only in the morning, but any time. So now I want to encourage you. What is the art that you feel called to create? Spend some time this summer reacquainting yourself with this part of yourself that is yearning to be rediscovered. This is part of the water for your well. If this morning's motivation resonated with you, I'd love to connect more. You can find all the different ways we can partner together in the show notes and at teachingwell.life.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bepodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.